evening, I'm Sean Green with tonight's edition of Sports Night. Well, defending champions Baileys and Milton Lynch will have to replay their quarterfinal fixture of the Guardian Group Herman Griffith Primary Schools cricket competition. Now, in today's match at Briar Hall, it was decided to replay the entire game after Baileys bowled an incorrect size ball at the start of Milton Lynch's reply. Now, this was only discovered by the umpires into the 7th over of the innings. Now, Milton Lynch then notified the organizers that they would continue playing, but under protest. They were bowled out for 82, thus losing the match by 80 runs. However, a meeting was held with the organizers, coaches, and umpires to hear Milton Lynch's protest, and it was decided that the game would be replayed at a later date. Now, earlier, Baileys were asked to bat first and posted an impressive 162 for 6 from their 25 overs, with captain Ronaldo Bourne top scoring with 49 not out. Opener Demario Goodman also added 31. Danico Lane was the best bowler for Milton Lynch. He had 3 for 26, while the skipper Raphael Lovell picked up 2 for 22. Now, CBC's Akim Klinkett was at the ground for Baileys' innings.
Baileys being asked to bat first, and Demario Goodman gets the show on the road with a pull off Shaquille Price Chandler. Wiggins enforcing his presence at the wicket, another pull off Price Chandler. Wiggins punishing anything loose, slapping over point this time for 4 more. Milton Lynch bowlers not on target, and Wiggins was ready to penalize them. Diagonal bat shot again for $1 after he's helped by a misfield. But Wiggins' partner Shavonte Giddens would never get going. Attempting a pull, he is caught at square leg by Young off the bowling of Donico Lane for 7. Baileys are 55 for 1 at this point. And as the cricket saying goes, 1 always brings 2. With the very next delivery, Darren Harewood plays forward with hard hands and pays for it. Call at silly mid-off by Emmanuel Peters for a dot. Baileys 55 for 2. Make it 3 in the over for Lane. He trapped Shem Sargent in front to having leg before also for a dot. 55 for 3. Wickets falling rapidly. Wiggins, the man to go this time. Call at silly mid-off by Romario Harewood for 31. Bowled by Raphael Lovell. Baileys 59 for 4. Captain Ronaldo Bourne strode to the wicket with 4 goal in mind, counter-attacking, and he gets going with a sweep to the boundary. Bourne stands and delivers now, splitting the field with the forceful drive off the corners to add 4 more to the tally. A Kobe Bayer then adds to the cause, putting away a full toss from Lovell to take the score past 100. Bourne then launches another attack, straight drive off lane, which splits the mid-off and mid-on fielder. However, their partnership will be broken when Bayer is caught at mid-off by Lovell off the bowling of Shaquan Morris for 22, 125 for 5. Bourne still there and continued his innings, keeping the score ticking, pulling for another 4. He then sweeps for another 4 to take his tally to 37. Bourne, playing the captain's role, racing towards his 50 through the mid-off region to collect another $1. However, Bourne wouldn't get that 50, ending on 49 not out, as Baileys finished their 25 overs, scoring 162 for 6. Akeem Klinkett, CBC Sports.
Well, the date for the replay has not been determined as yet. Meanwhile, in the quarterfinal match today, Eden Lodge defeated Wesley Hall at Lairs. Eden Lodge batted first and made 180 and 132, that should be, of their 25 overs, with Anton Darlington top scoring with 55. Wesley Hall were dismissed for 116 of 22.3 overs for Eden Lodge to win by 16 runs. Well, Christchurch Foundation have repeated winning the Barbados Secondary Schools Under-19 Netball Tournament 2 years on the trot. Playing at the Netball Stadium last evening, Foundation overcame the St. Michael's School 42-26 in the final, while Leicester Vaughan needed extra time to defeat Springer Memorial in the 3rd place playoff. This is the 3rd place playoff between Leicester Vaughan and Springer Memorial in the blue. Tricia Phillips with an accurate shot. Springer Memorial still on the attack. Very good passing during this play. The ball on its way to Jada Smith, who makes no mistake with this shot. Springer with possession and no doubt looking to extend their early lead in this game. But somewhere in the middle, something went wrong and the ball changes hands and direction. It's now heading the other way. Knight gets it and finds Emisha Barrow using her long levers. That's a sure two. She had 17 of 20. For sometimes when Springer had some problems with their scoring, and this is one of those moments. This one just didn't go in, and even the backup plans didn't work either. Smith and Phillips both missing, and the St. Thomas girls jumped all over it without much fuss in the middle. Eventually it reaches Knight. No problems for the goal shooter, 18 of 33. But Springer Memorial were always in the game at every step. Long pass to Smith, who attempts the shot from this distance, and when that didn't work, she gets another bite at the cherry, and she nails it this time. This game was so tight that it was all tied up at 26 all after 4 quarters, but Leicester Vaughan would go on to take the win in extra time, winning 34-32. The championship game featured Christchurch Foundation and the St. Michael's School in the blue. Vivica Adamson with the shot, and she nails it. Foundation took the early lead and wanted to keep it that way, but the Cougars had other plans. Dispossessed and now heading the other way. Adamson with the lightning pass to her goal attack Tower Lord, and she converts for an easy hoop. Foundation, that one kept in play by the wing attack. Brianna Holder shoots to Shiara Chase, then gets herself into a better position to do this. That's up and in. She had 23 of 32 attempts. And this is why Foundation merited a place in the finals. Just look at the unhindered passing. Beautiful indeed. Now keep your eyes on the ball. That's Chase with it now, and she netted it. A critical error in judgment here by the St. Michael's School gifted the ball to Foundation as they went on to win. The champions for this year, winning 42-26. Port Reef Springs United had an impressive 3-1 win over Notre Dame last night in the BFA Premier League. This was at the Wildy AstroTurf. Now, in the other game of the doubleheader, UWI Blackbirds and Weymouth Wales played to a 1-1 draw. Here's CBC's Mark Seal.
The first real chance at a goal came on this play. The Port Reef Springs goalkeeper advanced to cut down the angle on a breakaway James attacker, but he made contact with his outstretched right boot and in the area. The ref had no choice but to point to the penalty spot. However, the goalie made amends for his error, saving the penalty kick and preventing the score. Later in the 12th minute, at the other end, Port Reef Springs would take the lead. The initial shot would clip the upright, but the ball would fall nicely for Jomo Harewood. James on the attack again on the left flank. The cross would come in, but the wrong player would be at the end. That's an own goal in the 44th, assigned to Ramal Holder, making it 1-1 at the halftime. Early in the second half, both teams had shots on target, but it was Shaquille Stewart in the 58th who gave Port Reef Springs the 2-1 lead. Shot boy. And Stewart would score again in the 75th to give Port Reef Springs the 3-1 win over Notre Dame. Now to Wales versus the Blackbirds, and here Wales would get on the cards first from a corner kick that came off a UE defender. The goal assigned to Niall Reid-Stephen in the 30th. But not to worry, in the very next minute, the students would dispossess the Wales defender for Ramel Bino to get the equalizer. And that's how it would end. Wales won, UE won. Mark Seal, CBC Sports.
Well, staying with football for a while, technical directors in the CONCACAF region settled here in Barbados recently for a 3-day workshop. Led by representatives from both FIFA and CONCACAF, the participants discussed a number of challenges they face daily on the job.
This is our second module that we are bringing to our region, where some of the technical directors before would have met a year and a half ago to discuss certain aspects of development. This module that we are doing would be really dealing with coach education and the elite youth player, in saying that we are using best practices across the world, but also tailor-making it very specific for our region because of some of our challenges.
Well, Etienne Saley from the CONCACAF Development Office believes technical directors should be well educated on the different cultures within the region.
We all know that we have a diverse region with different reference and also difference in culture and difference in our football reality. And CONCACAF is since 8-10 years that we start with different strategies, especially to cater our region. In this case, education is one of our spear points, besides education, club licensing and also competition. And in this meeting with especially experienced technical director, it is a good opportunity to share our latest strategies and also the best practice, and also to understand what are the challenges that our technical director in our region are confronted with.
Well, the Lord School Old Scholars and Friends roll back the years to wit the current Lord School basketball team in a tribute match entitled Visionaries Game to mark the passing of the late Alonzo Lonnie Grant, now playing at the school at Messiah Street in St. John recently. The game featured about 20 past and present players, which doubled as a fundraiser for the school team to travel to the U.S. to play in some exhibition games. Damon Best reports.
Special moment at the Lodge School honoring the late Lonzo Lonnie Grant with the present team up against the Old Scholars and Friends of Lonnie in the dark blue. There should be plenty entertainment. The youngsters put the first points on the board. Mid-range jumper drains it. The Friends of Lonnie reminded the present squad their muscle memory was still intact. The passing looked calculated here. Good use of the backboard. Couple plays later, Friends of Lonnie missed their first two attempts before Charles Silky Gill produces the one-handed putback, scored 10 points. This was my favorite play right here of the first half. Fadeaway jumper by the big fella. Got it. The boys in white in a deep hole at halftime, down by 18. Corner pocket 3, money. Present players 13, the Old Scholars and Friends 31. Second half business now. This is where offense meets defense from the 80s and 90s. Kemar Ben with the fancy reversal. The rebound is tip and tip and tip, tip, tip. Yep, it could be a song. Heads up pass. Makes room for the lady on court. That's two. Confident shot. By the end of the third, the Old Scholars and Friends had increased their lead to 23. Darion Hurley drives through the lane. Finger roll. Finished with 10 points as well. 46-23, the scoreline. The current school team would only add 4 more points in the fourth. This was 2 of them. Ben along the baseline, up and in. Then the monster jam at the end of this fast break, showing some athleticism. But the deficit was too much, and the Old Scholars and Friends would win handsomely, defeating the present school team 59-27.
Manager of the National Botanical Gardens, Nigel Jones, says the facility will be experiencing some upgrades in the near future to accommodate more sporting activities. He was speaking at the BISA Cross Country Finals, which were held at the facility recently.
It will be a jogging track that would facilitate health and wellness activities. And as I said earlier, running that coexisting with that would be the safety component, where people now would no longer be on the highway to face the possibility of being struck by a vehicle, but there will be a safe haven for persons who want to actually jog or walk to do their exercises. This is a pilot project. We have started this morning with the this cross country, and of course this is just the start of what is to come, because this is just one of the major components in it that would help complement the green practices that we are about to implement here on this landscape.